Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we are back with more news, mods, and add-ons, and there's quite a few that we have to go through today. I'll try to make these brief. The first one is going to be a replay software that is absolutely free that I think you guys should check out. It's got a lot of the basic functionality and seems to function fairly well. So without further delay, let's go ahead and check it out. The first app we're going to be checking out is called SkyDolly. This is a freeware replay software that functions fairly nicely, and we're going to check it out today together and see how well it responds and how smooth the playback is. Now, the one thing that I have noticed is it does not record the flight control surfaces in the aspect of if your gear is down and you rewind it, you need to make sure that you put your gear lever back down. So I think it's actually monitoring your HOTAS controls as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. We're just going to do a quick takeoff and then probably bring it back in for a landing to see how the functioning works. In order to start it, all I'm going to do is tap the record button, and once the record button's going, we'll go ahead and take off. So normally I would take it off screen, but for demonstration purposes, we'll leave it on. So as we sit here and listen to this incredibly gorgeous engine and aircraft, I'm going to set this down here, release the parking brake. I need to set some trim here. There's our aileron trim. And let's set that rudder trim. I found about 8 degrees is actually convenient for me. It's what I find to be the best lately. There we go. Alright, so again, hit that record button. Make sure prop and mixture are set. And let's get her rolling. For 54 inches on the manifold pressure. Whoa, girl, what are you doing? Okay, so a perfect example of where these softwares come in really handy is I'm going to stop that recording. I'm going to pull my throttle back, and I'm going to back us up, and we're going to try that again. Okay? So, and all I have to do is just take off, so I'm actually just going to back it all the way back to the beginning. And we're already in control. I'm not quite sure why she went so far left like that. Adding that, there we go, kicking that rudder. And we are airborne. Much better attempt. Alright, now that we're airborne, let's get that landing gear up. Flaps coming up. Pull that manifold pressure back. And let's get our RPMs back. Cool. So not too bad. Alright, so now let's see what that would look like if we want to check it out. Now, I'm going to show you guys something real quick. If we go to the external view, I know it gets a little loud, so bear with me. Oh, you know what actually is terrible about that whole situation? Is I forgot to hit the record button. So, oh hey, that time it actually tracked landing gear, and my landing gear is up. So, what I'm going to do here is get back in the seat, and we're going to have to do that one more time, since I messed that up. Now I'm going to hit the record this time. That's always helpful. And let's see if we can rinse and repeat here. Watching for that left torque. There it is. Hard rudder. Hard right rudder. And then once you get it stabilized, you can sort of back off. You can just dance the rudder a little bit. There's 90 knots. Let's pick her up. Beautiful. Much better. Alright, gear coming up. Flaps coming up. And again, let's pull that manifold pressure off. And let's get those RPMs down. Alright. So, now, let's try that again. Let me trim her out a little bit here. And go to the external view. She doesn't go bouncing all over the place for us. Alright. So now, we're going to hit stop. And we're going to back all the way up. I'm going to go to my external view here. There we go. And I'm going to start pulling this back. Now you can see what I mean. Oh, no, the gear is coming down this time. Last time I tested this, it didn't come down. Alright, so here, and what I can do here is just hit play, and we can pause it. Okay. But if we wanted to hit play here, we can slow the speed down if we wanted. Speed it up. I'm rather pleased with that particular takeoff. A lot better than the first one. And there we go. And it's real handy at this point, so if I want to, now I always recommend getting back in the seat first, but I can hit stop here, and the aircraft is mine. I have control again. Okay? And then if we hit record again, it should, I believe, delete this track and start clean. So if we wanted to goof around here, scare the fishes, make the neighbors mad, that radial engine screaming over the top of their head, better not get mad at that. Anybody who's a part of that better love that. Ooh, baby. And then if we wanted to get some of those shots, same thing again. So let's hit stop here. Go back to my external view and back it up. Alright, let it catch up here a little bit. I'm going to hit play. And we can, oops. Back up a bit. Things sound amazing. I love it. You can hear the control surfaces. Probably shouldn't be ripping like that with a fuel tank on, but you know. And then once it ends the recording, we are actually back in control of the aircraft. So anyway, guys, make sure you guys check this out. Links down in the description below. I think the developer's doing a fantastic job with this. It's a free piece of software. As far as the quality, I can't tell any difference in the quality. I have FS Playground. I also have the flight control. And I can't see any real difference between the two. I think it's an absolutely fantastic recording quality. Really gives a lot to people who don't want to spend out the money for some of the others. Now, like, the FS Playground still takes the bacon for me, but that's just because of some of the other features it has available to it, such as being able to teleport locations and save those locations as well. But one of the other things, let me go ahead and pause the sim here. You know what we can do is, let me hit play, and we'll just pause here. You can also import and export the CSVs. Now, the export is if you wanted to save a particular track, right? And the import is if you want to obviously bring one in. So if you wanted to, if you did something really cool with the aircraft and you want to show a buddy the next time it comes over, you could hit export, and then when he comes back in, you hit import, make sure you're in the similar location. Now, I'm not sure how that will work when we try it. If you load it in a different location, that'd be something that'd be interesting to try. I would imagine because it records the longitude and latitude of the aircraft, that it would actually take you back to the location at which the aircraft performed said maneuver or whatever. So again, really slick. It really is. So make sure you guys check it out and give the developer some kudos. Let's move on to our next one for the day. And next on our list, real briefly, is the G3000 suite by Working Title has been updated as well. So make sure that you guys check out the link in the description down below and read all the patch notes for it. The G3000 is continuing to be updated. It also works with the G5000 series aircraft, such as the Cessna Citation Longitude. So it's a real handy piece of equipment to have on board. It really enhances the functionality of the avionics suites of these particular models. Without the mod add-on, the functionality is extremely limited and very, very basic. So if you guys haven't tried these out, I highly recommend them. If you're flying any of the aircraft with the G3000 or G5000 suites, I highly recommend you guys download this mod by working title, as it will greatly increase your enjoyment of the simulator. You can see that there's been some updating. If you just look at the altitude scales here and the speed tape, a lot of the texturing has changed. Some of the locations and text, just the layout of the aircraft in general, is significantly better. There's so much that you can do with this add-on that really enhances the flight experience. Also, if you guys are interested in learning how to fly the TBM 930 or need a guide to the G3000, make sure that you guys check out my Patreon site. $10 or more, you get access to all my guides. I have a full tutorial guide, literally from startup to shutdown, full flight. It also doubles up as a G3000 guide, where we go over every menu option, every screen, and really walks you through the avionics suite. And again, this is a suite that's in multiple aircraft, so it's very beneficial. You can also grab that by simply hitting the donation link, donate $10 or more via the PayPal link, and let me know which guide you are after, and I'll be happy to send that to you. Also, just a real quick touch on that. If you do the donation, guys, once you have the link, you have the link. It never changes based on the version, so you'll have access to any future updates as they come out. All right, let's move on to our next one of the day. Alright, so our next mod on the list today is a night lighting mod for the PA-28R by JustFlight. Now we have to go to the external view from here for whatever reason, because when we use, even with all of those on, the aircraft continues to move. So that's interesting. I just noticed all the tie downs and everything are down. But when we go to this view, she starts rolling. That's interesting. Okay, so let's get back into the cockpit. I hate when it does this. There we go. And let me set some things up here. I want you guys to obviously be able to see this. I can't see it. There we go. Alright, I'm not sure why all the tie-downs and everything like that is on when the aircraft... I can't even control that. There it goes. Interesting. That was weird. And let's turn Bill off. Are you actually gone? Because I've seen it do some weird things here. Okay, cool. Alright. So anyway, so just take a quick look at the lights. Let's go to the external view. Now there's 3 different variants of this mod. It will have landing lights, large landing lights, or normal landing lights, or it would be just an interior light modification. So let's go ahead, burn this into your brain, take a peek at it, make sure you guys take a picture, screenshot, whatever you need to do, and now let's check out what it looks like without the mod, or with the mod, excuse me. Alright, and here we are with the mod installed. You can see the gauges are a bit more dim, not quite as popping in your face, not quite as bright and painful on the eyes. I actually really like this. Seems much more realistic. I really enjoy the color tones and what it's giving off. The legibility is still there, yet not as quite as piercing into the eyes. Let's check out the exterior view, see if I can do it without the aircraft rolling. Nope, why does the aircraft start rolling? That is so weird. Alright, so let's just go outside here. And I'm always used to using the wrong controls here. And you can see this is with a normal landing light. Remember I told you there were 3 options. There's big landing light, normal landing light, and no landing light adjustment. So this is with the normal landing light adjustment, just a little bit brighter, a little bit wider field of view. I really enjoy this one. I think it's very, very nicely done. But again, obviously for me, the cream of the crop is down here inside the cockpit. I really enjoy this lighting here. So again, link down in the description below, guys. Make sure you give a big shout out to the developer here. I got one more add-on for you guys to check out, and then we'll get on to a little bit of news and call it a night. All right, the next add-on on our list has to do with this beautiful beast, the Project Megapacks A321. Now, what the add-on is a compatibility mod that gives the features of the A32NX by fly-by-wire into the A321 by Project Megapack. This is an add-on that is privately developed. It is very critical that you guys remember that neither Fly-by-Wire nor Project Megapack team actually supports this mod. So if you have any questions or bugs or issues with it, you must go to the developer themselves. But make sure you guys check that out because it does make the A321 significantly more fun to fly, and it's nice to have that long-range capability that it provides. All right, let's move on to some news, and we will call it a night. All right, so the first piece of Microsoft Flight Simulator news today is Next Gen Simulation has released their version of the Embraer 110. You can find it here on the sim market for €29.74. I can't remember what the conversion is into US dollars, but if this is an aircraft that you guys are interested in, make sure that you guys check it out. This one is sort of off my interest list, so I probably won't be purchasing this particular one, but it looks like it comes with a fully functional EFB as well as some very nice looking textures. If you're into this kind of aircraft, by all means, it is available and ready for your piloting skills. And finally, wrapping up this episode tonight, Parallel 42 releases the Skypark Microsoft Flight Simulator update, in which case they've added a couple of game modes to it, if you will. We will be checking this out on the channel and seeing what all of these features bring to it, but make sure that you guys give this a shot. I have found I have found Skypark to actually be quite enjoyable in the aspect that it definitely takes you to places that you would never think to fly, and therefore offering some new challenges and new approaches to your flight simulation experience. Now, with the new modes that are available, there is a game mode as well as a sort of just tour around and fly as you wish mode, but I think that you guys are really going to enjoy this. I have enjoyed my time in the Skypark, so be sure to check it out if you guys are interested in finding a new way to enhance your flight simulation experience in Microsoft Flight Simulator and adding a little bit more objective versus just tooling around. That's all I've got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Be sure to check out everything down in the description below. Help out those developers when you can, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.